Hello everyone, welcome to part 12 of KubePwn Kubernetes Red and Blue Team series. So for this video, we will continue with the Linux capabilities. We have identified a very critical vulnerability, which is cap sysadmin, which means that the user has a lot of cool permissions which we can utilize to check and to exploit the mounting points and to identify the mount points and and certain other things. So let's look at the mount point. If we have a mount point here, no. So it means the developer and the administrator is very what we call it as is very tricky. They have not set the mount point on the uh, on the on the on the default mount location. So we need to find out the mount point. So let's do the ls minus la. We do have a mount point, but why it is not showing? Let me just do again. Okay, nothing in there. Oh, we have a host mount point. That is strange. Let me check if that is there. Oh, yes. So this means that this particular Kubernetes cluster has a mount point set to /host. Very nice. Let's try to identify. Let's try to perform the privilege escalation on this. This particular vulnerability is called the container escape. Container escape is a vulnerability which a user can actually utilize it to enter into the host directly, and from there he can try out compromising the main host. So from here we will land out of the we will break out the container and we will land on the main Kubernetes host, and from there we will try to step onto this. So the very first vulnerability that we are going to exploit is the container escape. Very very critical, very very important, and this happens a lot. I have seen a lot whenever we are being given to perform pen testing on Kubernetes cluster. Trust me, container escape is a very common vulnerability, and I have seen a lot of organizations going down because of that. So chroot host /bin/sh, and boom, we are out of the container now, and we are on the Kubernetes. So this is there. We have, if you will go back to this particular page, and if you go to the attack chain, we were here, we got this, then we escalated the privileges, and we are right now here, root access. So what we need to do is we need to escape out of this particular cluster as well, and we need to start interacting with the we need to get out of this, and we need to the information. We can find out the privileges, we can extract the credentials, and we can we need to compromise the full cluster out of it. Okay, so how we can do it? Let me just do this. Let me just open the guide so that you can also see. Let me open the navigation page. Registration, container breakout. Yep. So here it is. Before going to that, we need to understand what container escape is. Container escape occurs when an attacker breaks out of the isolated container environment and gains access to the host node, potentially leading to the cluster-wide compromise. Okay, and always remember, containers are not virtual machines. Containers are processes running on host OS with isolation via namespaces, C groups, capabilities, seccomp, AppArmor, SC Linux. If misconfigured or intentionally weakened, the isolation can be broken. So container compromise in Kubernetes, a threat model, attacker prerequisites, access to the compromised pod or container, privileges inside the pod, user Linux mounted this, and once we do it, we can perform a lot of these things. So let's try to exploit it. the very first thing that we will try is to, uh, grab the, etc shadow file, which will have all the users. Oops, what happened? Shadow, there is no shadow file. Yep, cat shadow file. And then let's do the cat password file. And if you go and if you look for the Google, you will came to know how we can perform this thing. But what we can do is we can add a user in this particular container as a backdoor that we will look later. But just wanted to showcase that yes, we have got the access to the node host. So what we will do, we will now extract the secrets, the same thing that we did over there. Cat var lib kubelet kubeconfig. Oops. Var lib kubelet. Okay, we don't have a kubeconfig. There is no kubeconfig present. No worries. Let's look. Let's go back. Let's look at the etc Kubernetes for service tokens and TLS keys. Let's look to that. Kubernetes PKI, and here we go. We got the API server key. If you look for the API server dot key, here we go. The private key of the API server. Very critical. We can utilize it and we can do a lot of stuff from here. Let's do the admin.config to identify the credentials for the admin file, etc kubernetes and /admin.config cat admin.conf. No, it is not there. Where we are, cd twd. We are under this, and we can cat config. And here we go. This is the crown jewel that we have got. This is the certificate authority, and this is the certificate data, and this is the client data for the Kubernetes center. And we have got the crown jewel over here. Okay. So what we need to do is from here we can either extract it or we can exfiltrate it. So how we can do that? Export kubeconfig equal to etc. This is the full cluster compromise. How we will compromise the full cluster. Admin.config export, and let's extract all the secrets now. And here we go. We have got all the secrets over here. Okay. Super cool, super amazing. Okay. So let's now try to find out if what all access I have. kubectl auth. Can I minus I. Oops. Sorry. We can use this star and star minus all name spaces. Yes, I have access to all the namespaces for all the DB credentials. Let's try to get the credential for this. Oops, there is something I'm missing in this. So kubectl auth can I. Okay, so kubectl auth Okay, so kubectl get credentials, get secret db credentials -n default OEML. Okay, so let's try to extract the credentials from the db credentials, which is this default db credentials, and here we go. We got the username and password. Very amazing, very nice. So let's try to decode it. So to decode it, we will use kubectl get secret db credentials -n default -o JSON path equal to double quotes, and we got data dot username, then this, and we need to base64 decode, or you can just copy and copy the username and use the base64 decode. I'm just going to do it on the runtime and echo. Here we go. We got the username as admin. We will now decode the password as well. kubectl get secret, the same thing, credentials -n default -o JSON path equal to this, and data username this, and base64. Sorry, this will be your, not username, this will be your password, and done. And we have base64 -d ampersand. Okay, what went wrong? Oh, it's the spelling mistakes. So let me just get it correctly. So let's copy this, and we got the password as secret. This is very critical and very nice. The same thing you can do with all the username and credentials. The same thing you can do with this. You can do with STOCA secret as well, bootstrap token, Loki, Grafana. Let's try it for Loki. If I'll do this, let me just create a command for this. Okay. Let's try to get the secret for Loki Grafana. Let me just I was actually creating a credential. Loki Grafana, we got the user as this and admin password as this, and we can decode it using the same thing. Now what we can do is, so till now it's all, I think it's clear. So in this video, we identified a very critical vulnerability. From the previous video, we found out that the particular user has a very sysadmin, and after this we found out that we have the mount point enabled. Once we find out the mount point enabled, we use a well-known misconfiguration inside the containers, which is the container escape. Once we utilize that vulnerability, we were able to dump all the secrets from the Kubernetes cluster. Okay, so in the next video, what I'm going to showcase is how we will exfiltrate from this particular Kubernetes cluster, and after that we will also create a backdoor user inside this. And once we do that, what we are going to do, we are going to find out all these things inside the Falco, inside the Loki. So we will perform the threat hunting on this. Okay. So that's all for this video. So I hope you have enjoyed and you're liking my videos. I have a lot of vulnerabilities that I need to discuss. So for this video, that's all. We will meet in the next video where we will exfiltrate all the data. We have already compromised the full cluster. We will exfiltrate this data, and we will also create a backdoor reports. So that's all. Thank you everyone. I hope you are enjoying the videos. If you are liking my content, please do like, subscribe and share in the community. And if anybody wants to collaborate, I'm more than happy to collaborate with everyone. Thank you everyone. I hope you have a wonderful day.